Hey everybody, so if you watched my last video, I had my TASCAM portastudio, which I'm now just panning around on, and I found that it was starting to give me problems with the bands. Now, one thing I've been meaning to do is to, oh look, my cat, is to move my 4-track stuff over to my new Dp32. So there's my Dp32, and just more or less have a digital copy of it so that I can, if I need to and I want to remake it, redo it, I can redo it. So what I'm going to do today is, as the cat walks around and ruins my shot, I'm going to use these here. You can't really see them because of the light. There we go. I think those are the ones. Yes, so these are the 4 outputs. These ones right here. The 4 outputs for my DP30 or for my TASCAM. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer from here into the rack, which is down here. And then I'm going to make copies of all my 4-track stuff on my DP32 that is currently getting stepped on. So that's going to be today's video. We are now on to step 2. Now I don't have 1-to-1 RCA cables, and sad part is that's what I need for this. But what I've done is, so in the back here where the RCAs are, so I've got, these are video ones, so I got red, white, and yellow from the 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they're coming in. And now, granted, I have a rack, and I love my rack system. I would never get rid of it. So I have it coming in. Now it's getting adapted into a, let me see if I can show it, 1/4 inch. It's going into the adapter for the XLR. And that will be coming over here. And that's going to be on track A, B, C, and D. And now let's move on to step 3. So I'm at stage 3, trying to get a nice clear shot here. So I've set up a song, called it Premonition Bob because, well, this was a version we did with a drum machine which we used to call Bob. So I have, see, tracks 1 through 4 going. Everything's ready to go. I got my cassette in. See, arm's length demo recordings. Everything's set up here. Now the nice thing is when you do it this way, when you go to the 4 tracks, you don't have to worry about here. Now granted, every 4-track is different, but in this case, this is how you do it. You go 4 out into the system. I know with my other 4-track I have on the floor, can't do it this way. I can only do a 2-track out, so I'd have to mix it and then do a 2-track out. So luckily in this one, I can just dump it over. So it's kind of nice to do. So now what I do is, come back over here. Yeah, I'm doing this hands-free or freehand today because I have to. See, it's one of the things that scares me about this. So now, here we go. And there we go. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to finish recording down these songs, and then I will, when I move on to the next part, I will, I'll show you how to copy all this stuff, make backups on your computer. Alright, talk to you in a bit. Okay, so I have spent pretty much the morning and part of the afternoon. I'm just turning off my DP, or I'm turning off my DP32 right now. Spent the time recording down from the 4-track, and honestly, it was, I'm turning off 4-track now. It was an amazing experience, and I'm glad I did it because I found some stuff that I'm going to finish now, and and you know, I'm gonna release some stuff. I laughed, got a little emotional because I was listening to some stuff that a friend of mine who passed away had recorded. But all in all, it was a worthy experience to do this. So first thing, always turn off your TASCAM when you do this. Take out my SD card, put it into my laptop, which is now popped open here. Now, this laptop is quite old, but it still works, and I'm not going to get rid of it. I can't really use it for a lot of things. Now I have a little backup hard drive behind me, and that's where I'm going to put this. So I have a music directory on here. That's not the music directory I want. I have a CD Baby directory because that's the one that I use this for. Now everything I did here is pretty much For My Dear Friend. So I have For My Dear Friend being the band that I recorded the one CD under to finish off the stuff that my friend and I started. So I'm going to call this SD card. So I make a directory called SD card, and I recommend backing up, which is what I'm doing here, every time you record. So after you're done, do this. So I'm going to copy all this. This is everything that is on the SD card. It's in the music directory. I'm going to paste it into the onto my my portable drive, and for some reason it's not letting me do that. So let's just get a copy. I don't see a paste, so let's try that again. So copy, paste. There we go. So now it's copying everything over. So 221 files it's doing. Now while it's doing this, let's just take a look at the file structure of one of these. Now these were all done as I just copied the 4-track ones. I'm going to do ones that I know I had a little problem with the tape drive stopping, so I can do ones that I know it did do the whole song and then stop. So no, this one it didn't. But either way, so if you go in, you'll see 2 system files, and then everything is waves. Now the wave files are your tracks. If you see ZZ00000_1, that's one of the tracks. I'm not sure how these work, if there's versioning, but that is how the files work. Now at one point I had to fix the files. So what I ended up doing was I found any files that were 0, which means they're corrupt. I just deleted them out of the list, and then I copied the files back onto the SD card. And that happened to work. It worked very well, and I got the files. I got the song back. And another thing you can do, so just so you know, if you decide, you know what, I only have one SD card, I want to clean it, I want to just reuse it for something else. What you do is copy all the files off, as I'm doing right now, or moving them over. So you do a Control X and move them over onto a hard drive. And if you decide, you know, I want to work on one of the songs that's in the list, all you got to do is go into the directory, or grab the directory, the main directory for the file, or the song, push it back into the copy back onto the SD card, and then that way you have a copy of it, and you can work on it right then and there. I've had to do that before too. It's a nice, easy process. Now I'm not going to bother showing the other way. Maybe I'll do another. If you guys want it, I'll do another video on that. Yeah. So I have a lot of stuff on here that I'm going to release on SoundCloud. I'll at some point have to announce that I'm doing this and put a directory on there, because there is some hilarious stuff on here that I didn't realize I had. I have stuff that I did with a drum machine. I have stuff that I did with, I remember having a drum machine. There's stuff on here that I didn't even know I did. I'm shocked, and I laughed my ass off. Sorry, I laughed my butt off when I listened to it, and just hilarious stuff. So thanks again. If you enjoy these videos, like and subscribe. Every Monday I release a video. First of the month Monday is always a Rocksmith video, and then we're switching over to, well, we're doing TASCAM portastudio stuff right now. I'm going to be switching over to 4-track challenge along with 424 recording, and I'm gonna do that for the spring. So thanks again, and I hope to hear from you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.